Okay, the table below shows the cost Y of ground shipping packages from Harrisburg, PA to Minneapolis, MM based on package weight. So we have weight X, cost Y. What does the correlation coefficient of the data indicate about the strength of the linear association between height and length of these rectangles? So we have weak negative, strong negative, weak positive, and strong positive. So to know that, we'd want to know how it is graphed. Do you remember plotting these in the calculator? We would go to stat, put into L1, L2, and then we would look and see how it's graphed. Then we'd go to y equals and highlight plot 1, and then go to graph, and you might have to zoom out. Hopefully you have it in L1, L2. Then go to y equals, and instead of putting in an equation here, go up to plot 1. Plot 1. Make sure it's highlighted. Press enter. Then go back down and see how it's shaded, like around it? That means it's going to graph those points. So all I do is go to y equals, go up to plot 1, push enter to turn it on, hit graph, but I can only see 1 point. So go to zoom out and press enter. So to plot those points on the graph for you. So what kind of correlation is this? Yeah, it's in a straight line and it's going uphill. So it is strong positive. If it was all spread out, that would be weak. If it was going downhill, it'd be negative. But it's pretty close to a line. There's just that one that's kind of out of it. You move that one and then the other one in, it'd be in a straight line. You could also turn on stat diagnostics to find the R value. Go to mode to get to that. So I'm going to show you that real quick, just in case the test asks you for the R value. So go to stats. No, go to mode first. Mode. Down to stat diagnostics and turn it on. Mode. Down to stat diagnostics and turn it on. And then hit second quit and do linear regression. Stat, calc, down to linear regression. Calculate it. And you look at the R value. The R is 0.99. Don't look at R squared. We're looking at R. 0.99 means very strong. Anything close to 1 or negative 1 is considered very strong. And since the R value is positive, it's positive. If it said negative 0.99, it'd be a strong negative. So this is in your journal under linear regression. If you need to look back, it's unit 6. You go to mode, go down until you see stat diagnostics on. It'll say off, so you go over to the right, press enter, and then hit second quit. And then if you've already done linear regression, you can just push enter and it'll run it again. It gives you R. Okay, number 7. Which expression, or the expression b to the negative 24 times b to the negative 8 is equivalent to b to the a? What is the value of a? So they just gave you the exponent, but the base is b, so you can put a b on each one of these just to remind you that they're talking about the exponent. It's just a confusing way that they worded it. So you could do where we stored a number for b and found out what it equaled, or you could remember the rule. What do we do when we have like bases that are being multiplied? Add exponents. If you don't remember, that's okay. You can go to store a number for b and then put this in. I'd start with 3. So my exponents are negative 24 plus a negative 8. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It seems like every year they have one very similar to this. Sometimes it'll be a griddable response. It won't give you any answer choices. All right. 3 more. Go ahead and read the top part. Okay, so the question is asking, which of these best represents the rate of change? What's another word for rate of change? Slope. How do we find slope from a graph? Mm-hmm. We got to make sure that our words match what it says too, because look, these have words on them because it's a real situation. So whenever I do rise or run, I'm going to include the words. So in order to find slope, I got to 2 points. It looks like 5, 200 would be a good point. And then 25, 400. So we got to find rise over run. So do the jumps, but it's not 5. What is that? What's the rise? What is it going from? What number? 200 to 400. So what is the rise there? 200 what? What are we talking about on this one? Dollars, yeah. So it's $200. That's my rise. So go ahead and write that here. It equals 200 over, how much is it running? Yeah, because what is it going from? 2. 5 to 25. Be 20 what? What units are we talking about? Square yards, yeah. I'm going to abbreviate that. So now we just need to reduce that. So it's money over dollar. I mean, money over yards, square yards. So money would be over top over square yards. What is 200 over 20? 10. So it's $10 per square yard or over square yard. F and H are both 10, but the difference between them is how the units are listed. It's $10 per square yards of carpet, which is what it says here. The other one, which is trying to confuse you, is 10 square yards of carpet per dollar. That just doesn't even sound right. That sounds confusing to me. 10 square yards of carpet per dollar. That doesn't even make sense. So just be real careful with how they word them. Number 9. The function is used to find the cost of shipping metal crates to Tampa, Florida from Dallas, Texas. What is the rate of change in costs in dollars with respect to number of crates? So rate of change again, but this is from an equation. How do you find the rate of change from an equation? Yeah. You want it to be mx plus b? So look how this is written. If I were to simplify that, what would be the number in front of x? This would stay the same. What would you have to do with the parentheses? Distribute it, so it'd be 2.5x plus 5 times 7.5. Then you'd reduce it all the way down. But what is the number in front of x? That's the slope. That's what we're looking for. Yep. That's all they want. 2.5. If there was another x that I had to add to it, I would have to do that. But there's not. All right, last one. Find the equation of the axis of symmetry. Do y'all remember what an axis of symmetry is? It goes through the highest or lowest. Vertical line that divides the parabola down the middle. X equals a number. So it's a vertical line. So draw a little parabola. It's the line that cuts it in half and goes through the vertex too. Actually, our formula chart tells us a formula for it. Y'all look at my formula chart real quick. Axis symmetry, x equals negative b over 2a. Look at your answer choices. Which ones can I mark out because they don't say x equals? So it's either 3 over 2 or 3 over 4. Let's write the formula down. X equals negative b over 2a. So, do you remember where A, B, and C come from? A, B, C. So, what is negative b? If b is negative 3, what's negative b? Positive 3. Yep. Over, what's going to go on the bottom? What's 2a? What's a? Well, because it's 2a. See how a is 2? So it'd be 2 times whatever a is. A was 2, so 2 times 2 is 4. Right. Yes. Uh-huh. So it's x equals 3 over 4. Go ahead and glue these in. You're going to make sure that all of your EOC reviews from this week are completed.